Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. It is almost 10 o'clock. We're on to our final interview for the morning. And since the start of the World Cup Qatar 2022, it is the first time that I'm going to be discussing Qatar 2022, but not from a football point of view, more about the support that was very, very visible for the Palestinian cause. And to talk to us about the issue regarding Qatar 2022 and the Palestinian situation, we have Roshan Dadu online. She's a long-standing activist and she's also a member of the South African BDS coalition. Roshan, salaam alaikum, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thank you very much for asking us.
Lovely to have you on the show. Haven't talked with you in a very long while, so nice to be talking again. This has been almost a breath of fresh air. Just the fact that, football has taken the world by storm with Qatar 2022. The entire globe's eyes are on Qatar. The fact that the Palestinian football team didn't qualify for the FIFA World Cup in Qatar, but I understand that the Palestinians had more than one team playing in their name. Very heartwarming, is it not?
It's been amazing, and it's nice to chat about something something uplifting for once. I mean, it's really been extraordinary to see, from the Tunisia and the Morocco games, where those massive Free Palestine flags were raised in the 48th minute of each game, commemorating the 1948 Nakba. And then, to see not only Morocco, but countries, the rejection by the population of countries of the Abraham Accords and normalization, which really puts paid to any myth that they were popular, which had been the story put about the people of those countries were supporting these normalization efforts. And I think particularly with Morocco, it's very clear that nobody there is in favor of normalization with Israel. And when they're not, of course, it's very difficult to express that in a lot of these countries, including Morocco, although there's a very strong anti-normalization movement. I think given the chance when people are out of the country, it's really, really uplifting to see the amount of support in those countries. But I think what's even more amazing is when we've seen now recently, like England fans going viral, shouting Free Palestine, which is really, that has never, ever happened before. And now that the thing has gone viral, more importantly, Free Palestine, where the England fan realizes he's talking to an Israeli media and says, more importantly, Free Palestine, and grabs the reporter's hand and raises his hand up, which,
wow.
Again, it's really amazing to see. And
powerful. Roshan, I should imagine that would be a very, very powerful picture that goes all around the world.
Totally, yeah. And it's already going viral. I think every day there's another kind of little video shot. And the other side of it is, of course, people refusing, as in that case, when you realize that, I think it was live on Israeli TV, when he realized it was an Israeli journalist, fans have just been refusing to speak to them. And they have not been able to hide that from the Israeli media. It's been like fans from all over the world. They're just refusing to talk to Israeli journalists.
Absolutely. If nothing,
amazing.
Yeah. True. I guess it's also mud on the face of the ruler of Morocco, King Mohammed, who just very recently signed a normalization agreement with the Zionist state.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, there is a big anti-normalization movement in the street there, but they do get repressed. I mean, we work with them through the Pan-African Palestine Solidarity Network. And although they have, often massive demonstrations and so on, very often they also get repressed and the demonstrations are broken up. So I think this really is going to be a huge, huge, rebuff to to the king and the rulers of Morocco to see this expression, this outpouring, when people have the chance, and that it goes, like you said, all over the world because everybody's watching the World Cup.
Roshan, what also comes to mind is that even the streets of Qatar were decorated with the Palestinian flag. Lots of fans wore the distinctive Palestinian keffiyeh, and they were adorned with slogans in support of Palestine. This is kind of very refreshing, and this popular Arab consensus really unprecedented and took advantage of the very unique opportunity afforded by the tournament. So hats off to them, being played in an Arab and Muslim country for the first time. It confirms to all of us that Palestine is still the issue beating at the very heart of the Arab world.
Absolutely. And I think, fans who are being interviewed have been saying that, and it is extremely important for that reason. And, I think what's interesting is that it's also affected fans from all countries all around the world that kind of raised up the issue. It's normalized the fact that Palestine needs to be free. It's kind of puts it as sort of a tipping point in raising up the issue, that it's coming out of, as you say, the Arab countries that are refusing to say that, it's no longer their issue, and affecting people all around the world who are seeing this, and the fans who are joining in, which is, really amazing. So it has, really been a successful World Cup for Palestine, as you say, even though they didn't qualify. But I think, we have to really use this moment and this momentum. The global BDS movement, obviously picking up now on campaigning against Israel being part of FIFA, and I think it will really give that campaign a boost. And we here must start putting pressure on Safa as well to, in FIFA, kick Israel out and to make a statement, to refuse to play and allow Israel to play as if it is a normal state when it is an apartheid state.
If anything, I'm kind of thinking of white, Western fans who never paid much heed to Middle Eastern politics or politics in general. The fact that they went and are at the Qatar 2022 and being exposed to all of this has given them the realization that there's a bigger world out there. There is lots that is wrong that's happening out in the world, that there are marginalized people, there are people who are being, are prisoners in their own land. I mean, Palestine is the biggest open-air prison in the world. So all of those issues will start, allowing them to start rethinking or thinking the Palestine issue. And it's just, if nothing, creating the awareness that we've been trying to push through to all corners of the world. So people will start thinking the Palestine issue. And for that, I think that's truly a feather in the cap of Qatar World Cup 2022 and the Palestinian cause as a whole.
Yes, definitely. I mean, I think it also puts paid to the idea that sport is somehow divorced from politics, and that, that the lie that especially FIFA has put about that, we don't get involved in politics. I mean, they did get involved even before the Palestine issue around, demands that the West were putting on them, which were hypocritical because the West has known that the migrant workers were being really poorly treated and that many, many people had died in building the tournament there. That's true, but I mean, they didn't raise it all the years while it was happening, and now the minute before the event is due to start, they start raising up issues of human rights that they should have been raising up way back when it was actually happening, and they all kept quiet. But I think the fact that people, the sort of popular sentiment around Palestine has really shown that you can't divorce sport from politics, and that now being seen that people all around the world are becoming aware of the Palestinian issue and are raising it up in an extraordinary way. Just ordinary people that are there to enjoy the soccer are raising up the issue.
And I guess, Roshan, you can't divorce politics from any aspect of life, because our entire lives are governed by politics in one form or the other. And I think this has happened at the right time to truly create the awareness of the plight of the Palestinian people, which seems to worsen with each passing day. You'd think now that we've entered the 21st century, common sense and humanity would prevail, and the struggles and the plight of the Palestinian people would be lessened. But if anything, it seems to be worsening by the occupiers, the illegal occupiers of the land of Palestine.
Absolutely. I think it must be very heartening for people in Palestine to see this level of support at the World Cup, given that it's been the bloodiest year for decades this year. Over 200 people have been killed. And it's just these kind of assassinations on a daily basis of children. Yesterday, again, there was a teenager in Daesh refugee camp in Bethlehem, just shot, just killed. And we've seen this extreme right-wing now, colonial occupying government that was the new Minister of Security was congratulating the soldier that had executed someone a few days ago. But really, I think on a knife edge. And I think the resistance in Palestine must be so heartened to see this kind of popular support so visibly from across the world. But I also think it's kind of messed up the media control of big events like this, because it's so controlled, but yet they can't do anything about all of these flags and banners and people being interviewed, turning the thing around Free Palestine. So it's also kind of heartening in that way that the mainstream media and the multi-million-dollar media that goes around the World Cup can be challenged by popular sentiment.
And in closing, I'd just like to make this remark. I often wonder when I see the butchering, that's the only word I can use in this context, the butchering by these illegal occupiers on the defenseless Palestinian women and children. I kind of ask, the one question that comes to my mind is, where is your humanity? Human beings don't do this to other human beings. Where is your humanity? Your closing thoughts, Roshan?
Absolutely. I think that as was the case here, it dehumanizes the occupiers as well, because it is quite extraordinary that the comments that many Israelis are making in support of this kind of ethnic cleansing, random extrajudicial killing of people. It really is. But what I think is heartening is that they can't any longer hide this brutality, and people are beginning to see what's really going on there. And hopefully we can use the momentum that's built up around the World Cup and just, in all the countries across the world to keep the issue alive and keep people raising up the issue and saying Free Palestine when they're at football matches or whatever it is. So, yeah, I think it's a heartening moment, and let's hope that we can build on the momentum that it's created and normalize freeing Palestine.
Absolutely. Roshan Dadu, a long-standing activist member of the South African BDS Coalition. Keep up the great work. Continue the fight to free the Palestinians. Thank you so very much for being with us on the show this morning. Go well, and Assalamu alaikum to you.
Thank you. It's good to talk with you again.
Likewise. It is 13 after 10, exactly time for us to wrap up. Please do subscribe to our YouTube page. We'd love to have you one of our subscribers on our YouTube page. So please go there right now and just sign up. And you can watch us, listen to us at any time you like. Time for me to wrap up. A big thank you to our production team, and that's Youth Polani behind the controls, and Nasri Naidu, the producer of the show. Till tomorrow morning at the same time. As always, take care on the roads. Thank you for your company. And it is Assalamu alaikum and Khuda Hafiz from me, Julie Ali.